Well, hello there, Capricorn. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your May 2024 General Tarot Reading. We'll take a look first at the overall energy with the Oracle cards, and then we'll move to the Tarot for more details about any obstacles on your path or areas of resistance, and of course, advice from Divine. So let's take a look and see what is on the horizon for you this glorious first week of May. Yeah, great adventure. Take a risk, venture forward. And flamingo spirit, embrace the in-between. I love this. Okay, so, yesterday I put up the weekly tarot, and in that, Capricorn, it came out that it's time to break out of your safety net, right? It's kind of your safety zone. It's about understanding that sometimes you have to take a little bit of a risk, but when you take a little bit of a risk, it brings in so much more rewards, okay? Now, the risk doesn't have to be, quitting your job tomorrow or something like that, but it is about maybe having a conversation with your boss, your employer, or somebody in your life. That can be risky, right? Sometimes when we share or we're vulnerable with what it is that we're wanting out of a particular situation or a relationship, it does feel like we need a little bit of courage. And that's what risk is. Risk is just taking a step forward and perhaps needing a little bit of courage to take that step, but understanding that you're going to have the opportunity to gain so much more. Because if you continue on the path that you're on, you're only going to continue to get the same results that you're getting now. So if you're wanting something different, if you're wanting to move from where you are to a new place, right? Or a new job, a new situation, more abundance, more joy, more happiness, more time to travel, whatever it is, it's like you have to allow yourself to step out of your comfort zone to understand, sure, you may have to give something up in order to bring something new into your life, but recognizing that by giving that up, you're going to gain so much more. Okay, so let's take a scenario, right? It can be a conversation that you have with your boss, right? Say you're wanting to, expand your responsibilities at work and therefore also make more money. But it's understanding, okay, you're going to have to take a little bit of a risk. You're going to have that conversation, but also you're putting yourself in line for perhaps having that more responsibility. Maybe, having to, that can, for you, Capricorn, mean that you're going to have to you may feel a little bit more anxious about some of the things that you're having to do at work. Perhaps those, if you move up into a managerial position or a supervisor position, you may have to tell other people that we're on your same level, give them direction. Hold them accountable. There is that energy where you may be putting yourself into a position that requires you to step out of your comfort zone and sharing. There is this strong energy of communicating what it is that you want or you need in a certain relationship or situation. But sometimes when we have those conversations, it also means we don't get the answer that we're looking for. So if you say to your boss, I would like to be considered to be promoted, and your boss says, well, I've already filled that position and we're not going to have any other openings for the next 2 years, then you have that information. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to say, okay, then I'm going to start looking for a job somewhere else? You don't have to say that to your boss right then, but it is about understanding sometimes when we allow ourselves to have those conversations, it does mean we get some information back that maybe is not what we're expecting or not what we're wanting, which means that we have to take a greater risk and go in a different direction. So I like this, Capricorn, because really your readings lately have been very much where you've been playing it safe, right? Not having those conversations with a person in your life, knowing that you're being drained of your time, your energy, your resources by a certain person or situation. It's about having that conversation, but then also not just accepting what they say if it's not in alignment with what you want. It's saying to yourself, okay, that's not good enough. I want more. I deserve more. And if I can't get more out of this situation, then I am ready to walk away. Because underneath, look at this energy. You have the Queen of Wands, the deserving card, and the courage card, the strength card, right? Understanding that you have the courage to know just how vivacious, creative, business savvy, attractive you are, and really kind of coming into the sense of it, knowing what you truly deserve. And even though it may feel a little bit uncomfortable, it does take a little bit of courage to speak up for yourself in this situation. You're also willing to do it because you've come to this point. You've done a lot of healing. You've come to this point to recognize, I'm not getting enough out of this situation. And the situation needs to change, right? And if it doesn't change, you are willing to walk away. Look at this. You have the door to personal healing and happiness underneath, right? Look, there's the door. It's kind of like, okay, am I going to get what I want out of this relationship or situation? If I'm not, I'm walking. And that, the journey card, right? Yeah, look at this. Man holding a coin and man holding a heart. I feel like this is you. It's kind of like, I want it all. This kind of came up in your weekly reading, this energy where, you don't want just money, right? Or just love. You want the whole package. You want both. And you're recognizing that you may be in a situation where maybe it's giving you some financial security, but there's no sense of fulfillment or purpose. There's no, acknowledgement of the hard work that you're doing. Or perhaps you're in a situation where you like the people that you work with, but it's not paying enough, right? And you're struggling to make ends meet. It's the energy of, no, I have to have both. I deserve both, and I'm willing to walk away to go towards some situation or relationship that does have everything, right? Not just this or that. You want it all. Okay, so let's take a look at your present energy. Yeah, there's something here that you're trying to create for yourself. This is very much the Empress energy. I feel like you're wanting to be victorious and creating your dream life, right? Maybe you want to travel and go to the beach or a lake. Maybe you want more time to play music or to paint or to travel. There's this energy. I want more in my life, but something's holding me back. And I feel like what you're understanding is that in a way, you're holding yourself back because you're allowing people or situations to take advantage of you, to drain you of your time, your energy, your resources. It's kind of like asking yourself, right? Why am I allowing this situation to hold me back from what it is that I truly want? I know what I want. Now it's time for me to allow myself to go get it. So let's go ahead and clarify this energy. It's beautiful because Capricorn, I feel like you are really stepping. Yes, look, you're so tired of just getting the tidbits, right? Just getting enough to get by. This can be a relationship where you're just barely getting enough out of the relationship to stay in it. This could be a job that barely pays enough, that you can pay for your living expenses. It's being shortchanged. This is the energy I feel like. You feel like you're being shortchanged and you're kind of like, but I deserve more. I'm getting on my horse, right? The Nine of Swords. I'm determined to go after what it is my heart truly desires. I'm no longer allowing myself to stay in a situation that's holding me back for one reason or another. This card too could also indicate perhaps a boss or an employer that keeps promising you things, right? Promising you a promotion or a raise or more benefits or less hours or whatever, but you never get it. And you just keep I think you've been doing something in good faith. Whatever the situation that you're in, it's kind of like you've had good faith in it, but the person or the situation or the company you're dealing with has not had that same amount of good faith towards you. So here's your energy. You have your obstacle. Yeah, you're kind of attached, okay, to wanting to... This is the energy I'm going to tell you, Capricorn, because here's your attachment energy, right? The devil energy. It's kind of like you're attached to some romantic notion that this job or this relationship is going to come through, right? You have the Knight of Pentacles. It's taking this person a long time, but you have some, I want to say it's almost like a little bit of kind of like feeling like it's going to work out, but it's kind of like it's not going to work out. It's the energy of feeling like you have, once again, this romantic notion that your boss is suddenly going to wake up and say, Capricorn, you can have whatever you want. I love you and admire you so much that you can have whatever you want. I'll pay you whatever. You can work, 3 days a week and I'll pay you for 5, whatever it is. It's almost like you feel like somebody is going to turn around and give you what it is that you want. But it's totally kind of like your perception. It's your hope. It's your hope that this person is going to come through. It's going to be almost like a knight on a shining horse, the knight in shining armor, riding in on a horse, And it's kind of like, no, there's no shining armor. There may not even be a horse. It might be a pony. Okay. And understanding that this person or this situation really cannot deliver what it is that you want. And it's time for you to no longer hold yourself back thinking that this person or situation is going to change. Because here's the thing. They've disappointed you before, but you've decided to wait it out. There's the energy of, well, I'm going to give them a second chance, Whether it's a romantic relationship, a family relationship, or a job or life in general, right? It's kind of like, I'm not getting enough, but I'm going to give them a second chance, which only leads to your heart being broken even more. You're understanding this is a cycle. I keep thinking they're going to show up with more, but understanding they're not going to change. The only thing that can change here is you. You can either change your perception and say, well, I know they're not going to leave. I know they're not going to change, but I don't want to leave. And accepting the fact that there's some safety net, understanding that there's some kind of safety net here, right? That is keeping you there. You're not having the courage to step out of your safety zone and to go onto this adventure of knowing, yes, I want more for myself, so I'm no longer going to play it safe in this situation. The other thing is that I feel like for some of you, you're recognizing this person or situation isn't going to change. And it is time for me to get in the boat and go. So either way, you're the one, Capricorn. That's the heart. That's the obstacle here, right? Is that you're wanting somebody else to change. I feel like, especially this week, you're recognizing that person or situation isn't going to change. So now, how do I proceed? Do I accept the situation for what it is and therefore go into it with that energy of, hey, I'm going to stay here because it provides that safety net for me, and no longer feeling kind of rejected by it or saddened by it? It's kind of like, no, I'm accepting it. Right? Like totally accepting it. Or you're going to say, I'm ready for more. I'm leaving. Yeah. And I think for most of you, you are leaving, right? You're understanding that. I feel like you've been up in your head about this so much. You have the thinking man, right? But you're understanding that your own thoughts are deceiving you. It's almost as if, once again, that fantasy version or romanticized version of this situation has kind of played with your ego. Your ego is holding you back. Your ego is telling you you're only going to be safe if you stay in this situation. But you're understanding, no, I'm ready to move on. This situation isn't going to change. I'm getting in my boat and I'm moving forward to much happier times, understanding that no matter what occurs, you're taking back your power. I think that's the big thing. You've given your power to somebody else in this situation because you have not allowed yourself to be courageous enough to stand up for what it is that you truly want for yourself. Yeah, and you're going to be celebrating. Look at this. You have the Page of Pentacles. You have the Courage card, the Strength card again. You have the Queen of Pentacles, and you have the Four of Wands. You know, I'm going to say, for some of you, this could be, you know, you and a relationship between you and a child, or you and a parent, okay? It could be that type of a situation where you're deciding that person or situation isn't going to change. So you could have like an adult child that's living with you, or you're financially supporting, right? And it's kind of like, okay, I'm taking back my power. You need to take care of yourself. You're an adult. I've taken good care of you up to this point, but I have a life I want to go live, right? Or I have retirement that I have to think about. I've got to go in a different direction, right? Or it's kind of like that energy of understanding that you have learned the lesson. You have learned the lesson that you have to take good care of yourself. Queen of Pentacles. You can't overgive to other people that aren't also reciprocating in some way. And it's not like, you know, if you're supporting somebody and they're also offering some of their energy to you or their time to you, right? Then that's fine if you're okay with the balance in the situation. And that's what I think you have learned here, is that it's time for you to stand up for what it is that you want, right? And no longer allowing what other people say or think or do prevent you from the happiness and the joy that you really and truly want for yourself. And with the Four of Wands, you're really celebrating. You know, it's really a celebration of not just the financial or this sense of adventure, of stepping out of your comfort zone, but knowing that you have the inner strength to truly stand up for yourself and go after what it is your heart truly desires. Okay, Capricorn, I'm so excited for you. All right, let's pull this little truth card for you. And I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I actually have a special right now on a personalized, if this one is kind of resonating with you, a personalized May reading. So you may want to check that out. The link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. What if it isn't true? Yeah, this is a good card for this reading. It says the thing that you are telling yourself right now, the concrete reasons why you think you don't belong, you can't do it, you won't get there, you're not enough, or it's not for you. What if it isn't true? Today's soul action. It's time for a soul chat. Close your eyes, put your hands on your heart, and ask the wise one within you, what if it isn't true? What else might be possible? And that is what you're doing. You're allowing yourself to say, you know, what if it isn't true? Those fears, those fears of, you know, I won't be able to find another job, or, you know, I'll never find another partner in life, or, you know, my child will never speak to me again. Whatever it is, it's kind of like, okay, what if that wasn't true? What would you do? Because when you step into that energy, what you're doing is recognizing that it's your fear that is holding you back from what you truly deserve and truly want, Capricorn. So you're taking a big step, a courageous step towards what it is that you truly want. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I wish you so much love and light. Thank you so much for supporting me through your likes, comments, and subscriptions. And I hope to see you again really soon. Much love and light. Bye for now.